You lack focus, not potential. The fire inside you was never absent, it's just scattered. You think you're incapable. But the truth is your attention is fractured, distracted by things that do nothing for your growth. The power to transform your life is already in your hands, but you're too busy chasing noise instead of purpose. You don't lack the power, you lack the direction. When you tighten your focus, your results follow. Greatness doesn't require more talent. It requires more attention. Stay locked in. Stay relentless. You lack consistency, not ability. Your problem isn't that you're incapable. It's that you're not committed long enough to see the results. You start strong, then you vanish. You sprint for a week, then you quit for a month. You want instant rewards for long-term goals. But consistency, that's the game changer. That's the difference between average and exceptional. Anyone can start, but the ones who finish are those who show up day after day, even when no one's watching, even when the motivation's gone, even when it hurts. You lack discipline, not genetics. Don't fall for the myth that success is pre-programmed into your DNA. It's not. You weren't born behind. You're just undisciplined in your approach. Discipline is a choice, a brutal, repeated choice to do the hard thing when the easy thing is more comfortable. It's setting your alarm, hitting your goals, and saying no when the world tempts you to settle. You don't need better genes. You need stronger decisions. Winners aren't gifted. They're focused. They're obsessed. They're self-controlled when others are self-indulgent. You lack effort, not luck. Stop telling yourself someone else got lucky. Luck didn't build empires. Luck didn't write the books, break the records, or win the wars. Work did. Relentless, unforgiving, unglamorous work. The kind done in silence, when no one's applauding. If you're waiting on luck to change your life, you'll be waiting forever. But if you get up and outwork every excuse, you'll create opportunities luck could never deliver. We all have dreams, aspirations, and goals we wish to achieve. Inside every one of us is a vision of who we could be, if only we had the guts to pursue it. But dreams are cheap. Everyone has them. The difference: some people wake up and work. Others just keep sleeping through their potential. Dreams become real when they collide with discipline. Otherwise, they rot into regrets. Yet too often, we find ourselves trapped in a cycle of complaining about our circumstances rather than taking action to change them. We whine. We sulk. We wait for someone else to hand us the solution. But that's a trap, an illusion that makes victims out of visionaries. Every second spent complaining is a second stolen from building one out of your mess. Then stop describing it and start disrupting it. It's easy to blame external factors for our shortcomings. It's seductive to think, it's not my fault. We point fingers at the government, our parents, our environment, our childhood. But while blame may comfort you temporarily, it won't rescue you permanently. Excuses build nothing. They construct walls where bridges should be. The harsh truth: your life is yours, your choices, your consequences, your responsibility. Nobody's coming to save you. Be your own damn rescue. We blame the economy, our upbringing, or even our luck. And maybe those things did make it harder. Maybe the road is steeper for you than it is for someone else. But guess what? The climb is still yours. You can curse the mountain or you can conquer it. Stop believing your past is a prison. It's a starting line. And luck, it favors the bold, not the complainers. But let me tell you something. Complaining will never change your circumstances. It won't rewrite your story. Won't pay your bills. Won't fix your future. All it does is keep you in the same miserable loop, spinning in circles and sinking deeper. Complaining is the language of the powerless. Action is the voice of those who rise. It will never propel you toward your goals. You can shout into the void as loud as you want, but nothing moves unless you move it. Goals demand motion. They respond to action. You can pray, scream, beg and blame, but without movement, nothing changes. Progress is the reward for effort, not emotion. It will only keep you stuck in a perpetual state of dissatisfaction. You'll feel like you're moving, but you're really decaying. Complaint is a drug. It numbs you from reality but leaves you unchanged. Don't get addicted to your excuses. Don't get comfortable in the pain you're not doing anything to fix. If you're tired of being stuck, move. Instead of lamenting what we lack, we must focus on what we can do with what we have. Your resources may be limited, but your potential is limitless. Start with what's in your hands. Use the pain, the failure, the past. Use all of it as fuel. Some people build castles with rubble. Some build excuses. You choose. Every great achievement in history began with a single action. One moment, one spark. The decision to begin, even if everything screamed, "You're not ready." And no one is really. Greatness doesn't wait for certainty. It begins when someone dares to act anyway. A decision to stop complaining and start doing. That's the moment life changes. Not when the world shifts, but when you do. The decision is yours: stay in the crowd of complainers, or step into the arena of warriors. Think about the inventors, the entrepreneurs, the leaders who refused to be defined by their circumstances. They were told, no. They were ridiculed, rejected, ignored, but they kept going. They didn't let conditions dictate their conviction. They turned struggle into strategy. They didn't wait for the perfect moment or the ideal conditions, because perfection is a lie. If you wait for perfect, you wait forever. Winners create opportunity inside chaos. They run through the fire. They dance in the storm. That's how legends are made. They took action despite the odds stacked against them. When the doors were locked, they built their own. When the world doubted, they doubled down. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's tempting to assume that success comes effortlessly to those who achieve great things. From the outside, it looks easy. But you didn't see the sleepless nights, the failures, the breakdowns behind the breakthroughs. Every win was once a wound. However, every success story is woven with threads of perseverance, resilience, and unyielding determination. They didn't succeed because it was easy. They succeeded because they refused to stop when it was hard. And they kept showing up when most would have walked away. Think about the numerous rejections authors faced before their manuscripts found acceptance. They didn't quit. They revised, rewrote, and resubmitted until the world couldn't ignore them. That's what grit looks like, or the setbacks endured by entrepreneurs before their breakthroughs, bankruptcies, failures, betrayals. But they kept building, kept pushing, kept rising, until success had no choice but to answer. What distinguishes them isn't the absence of challenges, but their refusal to succumb to them. They were built through adversity, not in the absence of it. Pressure didn't break them, it sculpted them. Indulging in complaints not only saps your energy, but also drives away potential opportunities. You repel solutions when your mouth is full of problems. Doors don't open for the negative. People don't invest in a pity party. When you fixate on what's wrong, you become oblivious to the abundance of possibilities around you. Your focus becomes your fate. If all you see is darkness, that's all you'll get. Change your lens. Change your life. Shifting your mindset from complaint to action unveils a realm of potential waiting to be explored. Action breeds clarity. It exposes new paths, new doors, new strength you didn't even know you had. Once you move, the world moves with you. Instead of dwelling on limitations, face the prospect of what could be. Imagine what your life would look like if you actually tried. Not just talked about it, not just posted about it, but went all in. Take proactive steps to broaden your horizons. Read, learn, connect, build. The world is bigger than your problems, but you'll never see it if you keep staring at the same walls. Whether through learning new skills, connecting with like-minded individuals, or seizing available opportunities. There is always a next step, always a door to knock on, a hand to extend, a challenge to rise to,